Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's daily news time. I'm going to be honest with you, I'll level with you. We're all really struggling after our weekend in Dublin with the Irish Liverpool fans. They can drink them lot. And as such, we drank a lot. And now we all feel terrible. Terrible. But we're here for daily news. And Leon Bailey has linked himself to Liverpool Football Club. He says that there has been concrete interest from both Chelsea and Liverpool in himself. Now, you know, he's an up-and-comer. I think we're looking at about 47 million quid if you wanted to sign him from Leverkusen, something like that. Obviously, you can play on both wings. Really talented football player. I think everybody would agree with that. It actually says here, 20-year-old has been heavily linked with a move from the Bundesliga in recent months, with reports claiming the Blues had prioritised a 40 million move for the winger after missing out on Malcolm. That's obviously Chelsea. Bailey has impressed during his time at Leverkusen, making a total of 44 appearances, scoring 12 goals while laying on 7 assists. I think you know, we all know that Klopp, this is unlikely because Klopp has basically said we're not going to do any more business this summer. There was a few hints in a press conference at the weekend and stuff that we might do more business, but it wasn't really around incomings. I think it is going to be mainly outgoings and stuff like that. So I wouldn't put anything into that, to be honest with you. Lyon still trying to get rid of Nabil Fekir, which is mad. They said they'll let him leave this month, but he is most likely to sign a new deal. And why would you say that? So it's L'Equipe, and we're reading this from getfootballnewsfrance.com. L'Equipe report that Lyon would still allow French World Cup winner Nabil Fekir to leave if a suitable offer comes in, but admit that the most likely scenario is the attacking midfielder stays with Lyon, signs a new deal and is allowed to leave the club again in the following summer. There's claims in the newspaper that Liverpool will not be trying again for Fekir before the window shuts, after obviously we know it broke down at the medical stage last time out. So Fekir might go somewhere else, but it's not likely that he's going to go to Liverpool. Markovic, talks are rising. Anderlecht supposed to be interested in Markovic. They want him on a little bit of a loan deal from what I can make out here. This is a translated website, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Liverpool manager Anderlecht. Yeah, there you go, I told you. It didn't make a lot of sense. Liverpool manager Anderlecht came back for Markovic, whose manager Jurgen Klopp was not thinking about the squad. The Belgian representative wants to add Markovic, who's 24-year-old, as a leaseholder. I'm assuming that's on loan. To the caretaker once more. So let's read that again. The Belgian representative wants to add Markovic, who's 24 years old, as a leaseholder, to the caretaker once more. I love translated websites, I really do. It looks like Markovic is going to go out. It looks likely that it's going to be a loan deal. That's what I'm sort of expecting between now and Thursday. It's mad to think that the transfer window is going to be shut on Thursday. Premier League season obviously starts on Friday. Marco Grujic has turned down a move to Cardiff, which has frustrated Neil Warnock. But then Neil Warnock's frustrated by socks. Never mind, and pretty much everything in his life, I think. He seems like a really angry bloke. And I can understand why Grujic doesn't want to go back there, but it is what it is. So this is an interesting one, really, because obviously they're in the Premier League, aren't they? They're in the Premier League, and Grujic could have been gaining some valuable experience there, but I wonder, he wouldn't have made this decision without speaking to Jurgen Klopp, but it doesn't feel like he is close to the first team at the moment. It doesn't feel like he'll get a look in at the first team at Liverpool, certainly not this season. So I wonder what's planned for Marco Grujic. I still expect him to go out, and I do expect it to be a loan deal. Jurgen Klopp delivers potential double boost for Liverpool ahead of West Ham, with update on Firmino and Trent. So these two, he thinks Jurgen Klopp has spoken to reporters and said that these two could be in the starting 11 for West Ham, which is obviously brilliant. I think Dejan Lovren's on his way back now, so he'll join up with the squad this week. I wonder if it's just a little bit too soon. I definitely don't think we'll see him against Torino with only one training session under his belt, but we might see him against West Ham, although I think it's looking likely that because of the way that Gomez and Van Dijk were paired together against Napoli at the weekend, it's probably more likely that it is just going to be Gomez and Virgil van Dijk in the centre of defence for Liverpool against West Ham, and I cannot wait for that game, you know. Pre-season games, no, non-competitive football is not good unless you play amazingly well, which is why Napoli was such a good game. Competitive football at Anfield is what it's all about, isn't it? Anyway, to be fair, just as long as it's competitive and as long as we get to see the real Liverpool side, and we will get to see the real Liverpool side against West Ham, and hopefully we absolutely slaughter them. Have a great start to the season. Man City lose. They playing Arsenal in the first game of the season. Man City lose to Arsenal. And then Liverpool go on and beat West Ham by 5-0. That's what I'm looking for. So, we've got a few comments. I can see a blue super chat there from Joe Rainbird. Thank you. Charlie Adams better than Fekir. Big up the Orbskate Mafia. I don't think he is. But thank you for the super chat. That's boss. Have you seen anything for me there, Si?
Yeah, so one that just made me laugh earlier on, Dark Lava Spot said, "Oh my God, I had a horror movie playing. I forgot I had this stream waiting in the background. When I heard your voice, I thought they brought you in to feature in the movie."
Hey, I've been featured in a couple of movies, a couple of home movies, that is. Never actually made it onto Tinterweb or anything.
We've got, so, back to Bailey. So Philip Geithner says, "I'd take him over Pulisic, so 47 million is probably decent, but our main negotiator will probably get him for a cup of tea and a jar of lemon curd."
Yeah, Michael Edwards, man, the lad needs a friggin' statue or something. Oh, Owen Gallagher's in the comments. Nice met you at the weekend and spent some time with you, mate. That was quality. Thanks for showing us around and all that. All right, Si, great weekend. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you all. 6 soundest Liverpoolians I've ever met. Legend. Chris, who do you think will be sold this window, says Ben Sutton. Sold? Ings. Origi. I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head that will be actually sold. I think loaned out loads of them. Is there anyone I've missed there? Sold? I've said Ings and Origi.
I reckon Markovic will get sold.
You reckon? I don't reckon anyone's buying him, unfortunately. I reckon Liverpool would absolutely sell Markovic. Ojo, yeah, he's probably likely to get sold as well, actually. Yeah, that's a good shout. What about Vardy, lad, says Celtic Keith? I keep saying, I've said this for ages, I'd take Vardy. He's a quality player, like. Nice to meet you briefly on Saturday, Chris. Top man, says DJ Field Dog. I met so many Boss Liverpool fans at the weekend, like all of us did, and we were just talking about it on the way home yesterday and stuff. Like, it was an absolute belter of a weekend. Like, every single person we spoke to was absolutely sound. It was overwhelming, the amount of support that we had over there. The live show was incredible, the best live show we've done. Going the game, going to that Irish townhouse beforehand, having a little bit of a sing-song, having my photo taken 1,000,000 times. That was mad, that, like, absolutely crazy.
Michael Tarkowski says, "If we are going to play Shaqiri in attacking mid, then we need a backup winger for Salah and Mane."
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. I just wonder whether we're going to see Shaqiri as centre mid every single game. I think it's probably likely that, you know, against some teams we might see all 4 of them on the field, and most of the time you probably wouldn't. I can't imagine you come up against Manchester City and Shaqiri's in there, but maybe when you're playing somebody at home, like a Burnley or something like that, then Shaqiri goes in there. It's going to be horses for courses all season long, and that midfield 3 is going to be rotated, I think, more than any other section of the team. Definitely more than the defence, definitely more than the attack. It's about Shaqiri making himself, available to Klopp in a way that, what I mean by that is like getting his cameos. He has to come on and play the way he came on in the last 2 games and continue to do that and make himself undroppable, and that's what he's going to have to do. I met you, Chris, at the Aviva Stadium. Thank you. Again, we met so many people, like it was absolutely mental. Chris, do you think we're done with our transfer business, says Copite 27? Yes, I do. Incomings, I do.
Kyle Bayless said, "Chris, do you think any midfielders will score more than double figures this season?" I hope Nabil Fekir does.
Yeah, him. And then if we're going by Fantasy Premier League, Salah, because he's down as a midfielder for some reason. I think he might get 3 figures in. I just want to see all 3 of them get 20-plus goals again. I don't know whether Salah can score 44 goals. I'm not saying he's a one-season wonder. I think he's going to score 30-plus goals again. But whether he can score 44 again, that would be incredible if he can do that. Sadio Mane, I expect to have a better season than last season. And Roberto Firmino could push it to that 30. Did he get 27 goals, was it, Firmino, last season? So if he could get to 30 goals, that would be absolutely incredible as well. Lemon Squish Squash says, "Keep the ×2, sell and loan. Sturridge, Solanke, Origi and Ings. Is this a question like I've got to keep 2 and then you've got to sell and loan? I'd keep Sturridge. I'd keep Origi, right? I'd sell Ings and I'd loan Solanke. And now that might surprise a few people, but I do feel like Origi will score more goals than Solanke will score.
That would be my pick as well.
Yeah. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think Origi will probably be moved on. But yeah. Can't say anymore. What do you think about Lallana and the fact he's 30 now? Young pup, really, isn't he? Freaking 5 years younger than me. And now you're all talking about him like he's old. Terrible. He's injury prone. I've said this so many times. He's a quality player. He's just never on the pitch enough. He's had a bad time of it at Liverpool, hasn't he? He's a great person to have around the squad, like he really is. But can you rely on him? I really hope we get a full season out of him, but it doesn't look likely, does it? Who's going to buy him at 30 years old and with his injury history though as well? He's got to be one to just keep around the squad, I think.
Ryan Owen says, our business is definitely done. Only player I see us spending on now is Pulisic to sign next year, like the Keita deal, or maybe a loan with an obligation to buy next year. # all that American money.
Yeah, that's an interesting... That's absolutely right. Like Matthew Griffiths, Chris, mate, I actually last time had the options of Shaq in the 10 midfield role and he said didn't think so. As his recent performances changed those. That was on the starting 11 prediction, wasn't it? I was like, nah, no way. I've not seen anything from... Mate, he can do that. He can absolutely do that. Absolutely. You were right, I was wrong. I'm absolutely fine with that. Chris, can we have a Redmen TV Fantasy League? Says Chaos. We already do have a Redmen TV Fantasy League and I shall get you the code right now. Okay. It's on the official app. It's also on the Facebook group, isn't it? So that's where I have to go to. I'm going to win it all. I'm not at all, to be fair. Right, okay, I'm going to type this in here. Sorry everyone, this is terrible viewing. 101 7450 -226885. There you go. I wasn't typing in the box. Fantastic. Oh no, I did. There you go. That's the Redmen TV Fantasy League. Come over, see if you can beat us. You'll absolutely beat us. To be fair, I didn't play it last season. We have a Redmen casting crew one. I won that 2 years on the bounce, and then last year I got 5 NFL fantasy teams, man, and they just take over my life. I'm doing a draft one this year. Is anyone doing a draft fantasy?
I've seen it.
I'm looking forward to doing that. I like that one more. Here's a joke, Mourinho. He's losing his stuff at the moment, isn't he? Absolutely losing it. He's like, oh, they're buying everyone. We bought 3 players. We bought Keita last year. What are you talking about, lad? You know what I mean? And I still think those 4 players, even if you include Keita, don't even add up to Lukaku and Pogba in spends, do they? It's mental, like, and he's going on about us. He's just triggered, mate. That's absolutely fine.
Ben Leyland says, thoughts on Moreno's potential backup for Mane? Klopp has said he's one of the best shooters in the team.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that at the weekend, didn't we? And I think I saw a video Paul did saying that's bullshit, like we've seen Moreno and then he does that at the weekend. He was a winger, wasn't he? Sevilla moved him to a fullback, I believe. So he's actually been a fullback for a few years, as you can tell by some of his defensive performances. Here's the thing. I don't really think that he's a good enough winger. I think he can do a job there. But it's such a huge drop-off from Mane to Moreno. I'd rather just sign someone else who can do it. But I do expect that we will see him at times during the season for a few minutes at the end of games there, because we always have done. I just don't think he's good enough to be one of our front 3. I think it's a huge drop-off.
Lennon D'Souza says, which team other than City are you most concerned about taking points off us next season?
Chelsea, because I hate them. United, because I hate them and they always do. That's probably it, to be honest with you.
I'd love to see us beat Man United this season. It's been too long,
hasn't it?
Yeah.
Idiots. Someone's just asked me if I have any United or Everton players in my fantasy. It was Cop-Out Legend. The answer is no, I do not. Chris, you guys should start a new analysis series as Cop Out 27. We do. We've got one on the website, mate. We do like a 45-minute to an hour show, analysing every single game. It's really popular on the website, actually. It's one of my favourite videos to do of the week. What's your midfield three against West Ham, says Frederick Filgren. I think it would probably be Fabinho. Oh no, hang on. Henderson, Keita. Why not Fabinho? I would have had Milner in over Fabinho, but with that massive cut on his head, I'm not sure he'll start. But there you go. That's mine. Anyway, there you go. That'll be the new show for today. Sorry for going dead while I was trying to type numbers in on the laptop and stuff. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Redmen TV on YouTube, and we'll see you next time. Ta-ra.